Hello, everyone. I'm here with Xiomara Padilla with Arbor Terrace, the community sales director. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm so happy that you're here. Xiomara, it's been a while. I've known you for a while. I'm very familiar with Arbor Terrace because as a senior living, uh, person, I work with you. I've worked with you in the past. So welcome to Ride to Independence. So, see, Yamada, how long have you been working for Arbor Terrace?
I've been in this building over 7.5 years, but I've been in the industry about 18 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Very long time.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Arbor Terrace has been recognized, for a great place to work, right? That's what I've read. That's what I've seen. Organizations always talk about Arbor Terrace. You have a no turnover rate. You have 80% of your employees that rated best place to work. Nationwide, it's one of the best assisted living out there, and it's significantly higher than 57% of the rate across United States. What do you
Mhm.
think makes Arbor Terrace so different from other assisted living places?
We pride ourselves on the care, and making our community feel like home, very home-like environment. Um, that's our our foundation. It's called the Arbor Way.
Oh,
We
okay.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the culture.
Arbor Terrace has been around, what, 30 years?
30 years. It started out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Um, yep. We're purposely a smaller community, and they like I said, we focus on our people, caring for our residents. They become our family, so
Yeah,
an extended family. We focus on safety, making sure that our residents are safe and families are comfortable in choosing us to care for their families. So it's really um, what we focus on.
yeah.
Our communication with the family too. We always stay connected with the families. We listen to what their needs are, and as the experts, we help them navigate uh, keeping their loved ones safe. And we hold ourselves accountable too. Accountability.
Mhm.
Um, we say we're going to do something, and we do it. Um, so
Well, I mean,
sometimes.
Arbor Terrace you've been around for 30 years.
Mhm.
A lot of assisted living places are starting to pop up in the last 5 to 10 years, but you've been around for 30 years. I
Yep.
know you because being in the business, I've recommended seniors to your facility because I always liked that it's not a big facility. You consider yourself more of a medium size or a small community?
I would say we're more the medium to smaller size. I
Okay.
love the size of our community. We really get to know our residents really well, and we can almost anticipate what their needs are. From the dining staff, knowing if someone has a special diet or is gluten intolerant, they know these things and they can help the residents thrive. Like I said, our residents are the center of our universe,
Yeah.
and as they should be. That's one I think that's one of the reasons why we're the best, and, they're our top priority, and from the day they move in with the red carpet, we make it a special, occasion. Everyone's welcoming them. We set them up with ambassadors, which are other residents that, have been in their shoes, so they can help
Right.
them, with the adjustment that first week. It's like their little buddy,
Yeah.
helping them go to a happy hour together or go to the movie after dinner. Kind of hand holding them, but just making sure that they're not lost, and especially those first days when it might be a little tough. But honestly, the way we set it up, everyone always has a great adjustment.
Yeah, I remember when I did refer a person to you, and she ended up gaining like 10 pounds after being there 6 weeks because she was just thriving so much, and
Yeah.
I asked her name was Patricia, I
Mm-hmm.
remember, and, "Well, why do you love it so much?" She says, "Well, I love the happy hour."
Happy hour 7 days a week, you can't go wrong with
Wow,
that.
they happen to love the happy hour, and really, it's
Yeah.
just such a beautiful facility, and this is why I like to highlight it today, because I just think it's such a beautiful facility. Many people are still a little confused between nursing homes and assisted living. Can you explain the difference between that?
Well, that's a great question. Our community is, different from a nursing home facility in the way, first of all, it's assisted living, so
Right.
they are assisted with certain, care and medication, um, all their needs are individualized and, let me backtrack. There's an assessment, and from our director of nursing, and from that, they create a care plan, and to make sure this our residents are safe in our community, and have from medication management, from the care and um, housekeeping, laundry service, all those things are in place. Whereas in a nursing home, it's really for people that are who need more medical care.
Mhm.
That's really the distinction. The distinction, um, and um, and it's really going to be a small percentage that needs that, uh,
That
extra
type of
medical care.
24/7 care.
Yes, 24/7 care, nursing around the clock. Even though we have nursing in our building 24/7, if you need more medical care, like a feeding tube and just, certain things that any assisted living is not equipped to do, um, is the main difference. And we wouldn't want to keep anyone here that it wouldn't be safe for them or our staff, you know?
Yeah, they
So
gotta
that's
be a
really
little bit
the thing.
independent. They gotta be more
Well,
independent, as opposed to nursing homes that need 24/7 care, and, I think that's another difference between the 2.
You would could have people who are in wheelchairs. That's
Oh,
not,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, as long as they can stand and pivot and with assistance, 2 people helping them move, transition over, that's fine. It's more if
Okay.
they need a lot more care than that. Yeah.
Yeah, they need more care than that, yeah, yeah. I mean, because I remember nursing homes used to have such a bad rap, uh, when I was growing up. I mean, I used to hear the word nursing home, and people would just cringe because you would hear of the neglect, that there were people were being neglected, poor conditions, and I just think that was a very bad perception of them, but assisted living have come a long way and definitely different from nursing homes. I can definitely be proof to that because I tend to go to a lot of these assisted living, and they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facilities. And I just happen to love yours. Walk me through a day in life of one of your residents, Samara. What's the
Yeah.
day in life of one of your clients there? One
Sure,
of your
I'd love to tell
seniors.
you all about it. So, like I said, first they're gonna have the assessment, and depending on their assessment, if they need help in the morning, someone would come in, help them get dressed, or whatever care they need. It would really be customized. But if they need a little help getting dressed, our staff would be there for them, and then they would go to breakfast in our restaurant style. Uh, Dining room. They'll get a menu. They can choose from the everyday menu which is pretty much you could customize whatever you're in the mood for. Every day we have specials for lunch and for dinner, which changes out daily. The food is made fresh here, so they could really make if they have any restrictions or if they like certain things a certain way, they could really customize that. And then from the restaurant, after you have your breakfast. You can have breakfast from 7 to 10:30 in the morning, anytime you come in. And then right after that, there's usually exercise. Every day, 7 days a week, we have an exercise class, where all our fitness instructors are certified, and, they'll do things like chair yoga, light weights, meditation. They do Zumba. They're always changing it up, so it really makes it fun. And honestly, it's one of the most popular programs that we have. Everybody's in there, so that's
Which
wonderful.
one, the Zumba or the fit class?
All of them, the fit classes, it's every day, 7 days a week, 10 a.m. That room is packed,
Oh,
which is
really?
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our own fitness room just for that. And following that, there's usually some kind of a word game or a second program. They'll go into either our theater or our sports lounge. Well, they'll do sports trivia or any kind of trivia. Um, and after those 2 or 3 programs in the morning, they'll go back to lunch. Um, and lunch is, from 11:30 to about 2 o'clock. But there's an always available bistro where they can have coffee, tea throughout the day if they want a little snack. And then the afternoon is another 2 or 3 different types of programs available every 7 days a week. We have live lectures, live entertainment weekly. Um, we have painting classes, religious services,
Yeah.
from rosary, from Shabbat to a Bible study. You name it, I think we do it.
Well,
Well,
I love your movie theater room. I remember when I saw that, and I love the fact that the screen is as big as a movie theater, and I love the fact that they were having popcorn, and of course, a happy hour was beside there. So I just thought that was
yeah.
really, really wonderful. A question: I know you're developing some new programs.
Mhm.
Did I hear somewhere that you have a program called the Bridge Program? And I
Right.
also heard you have the Magic Program. And what are those 2 programs that are coming in?
So we have in other arbors they have this bridges program, and it's really designed for residents in assisted living who have early stage dementia, and they're not quite ready for memory care,
Okay.
but they just need a little bit more attention
Mm,
and certain programming. So we call it parallel programming. So it's the same programming that assisted living has, but just it's tweaked a little bit and more suitable for people who are, like I said, in that early stage of dementia. There's smaller group settings and programs that they'll feel more confident doing and not feel too overwhelmed.
mhm.
So I love that program. I think it's going to be really great. We're looking to have it early of next year. And there would be 7 days a week program and an activity person just for them as well, which is nice.
Oh,
And they'll
that's
be
great.
around with
How about the Magic Table Program? What is that?
the Trover. Is
What's that, Trovert?
Yeah, that's for a memory care neighborhood, and it shines down, like, on the table, and there's different interactive things that they can do. Um, it's like more like a smaller group one-to-one setting program, so if there's another program going on with the main group, and that maybe one person doesn't wanna be in that main group, they can focus and do something with them there, and it also works great with the families, because sometimes when you have that dementia, diagnosis, it's so hard to connect with your loved one. And this really gives them a really fun way to connect with them and do something that they can be proud of and not feel embarrassed that they're not able to keep up with certain activities.
Mhm.
So it's really nice. It's really great program, and I'm looking forward to having it in our community really soon.
And then I also heard one last time you have the Fit Minds and the Sing Fit. What are those 2?
So
Are those in place yet, or are they coming also?
they're coming also. So the Sing Fit, it's really a music therapy program. So, which music therapy is amazing. We do have live music every week,
Okay.
but this is more of a more intentional music program, especially for residents that have dementia. And it really just brings them out of their shell. It's amazing how this program can really open up someone that has is more introverted and is really struggling, and maybe not even talking anymore. And we've seen people start talking and singing when these programs are in place, and it's really exciting, and I can't wait to have it. But there's been a um, lot of what is it? I'm going to say indications that it's really, really great, and it can really help somebody who's
Yeah,
really struggling in memory
yeah.
care, which is really exciting. And we do pet therapy as well. We have a
Oh, no
regular.
kidding. Is that once a week?
Yeah, yeah, they absolutely love it. It's we do allow pets here as well, but this pet therapy dog goes around and he's just so kind, and the residents just light up.
Yeah.
um, as well as aromatherapy, which is very important too, especially with sundowning in the afternoons. The the aroma kind of helps calm them and kind of takes the edge off in
Yeah.
a sense.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of different things that way. Another thing we have is our app, our In Touch app. So
Oh,
this is very unique. Not many other companies do this, where families are given this app when they move in, and they can really keep tabs on what their loved one is doing.
mhm.
They can see what they're participating in.
Wow.
They can see what's on the calendar. So, hell, we have entertainer coming at 3 o'clock. Maybe I'll pop in and I could join mom for that live entertainment at 3 o'clock in the theater. Um, there's pictures there, so they can see mom participating in the Zumba class or in the wine and sip class that we have monthly. Um, it helps with people that are, out of state too, so they don't
Yeah.
feel so, lost,
Isolated. Yeah.
isolated, and they connect with mom and say, "Hey, mom, don't forget 2 o'clock they have, mahjong, we know
Right.
you love mahjong, mom," and kinda, go make sure you're there at 2 o'clock. It really helps us, and helps the families, stay connected, which
Right.
I
Right.
think
So
is really
that's an
great.
actual app for the phone.
Yep, and we
Okay.
help the families set it up, and we help the families, Um, if they're not
Yeah.
savvy, what we
Right.
could totally help them. That's not a problem at
Yeah,
all.
that seems to be a issue with seniors when it comes
Mhm.
to the phone and apps. So and that
Yeah.
can frustrate them.
Yeah. We've had
So
senior tech classes here too. So, like,
okay.
sometimes, like I said, we have so many different activities here, and what I love too is that we give residents a voice. So let's say every month they meet with our activity director, and they love chess. And if we didn't have chess on, hey, what do you want to see on the calendar? I want to have a chess club. Okay, we're gonna put a chess club on. They really have a voice in what's in our calendar, and that's the way it should be. This is their
Right.
home.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be what I want. It's what the residents want. So
Yeah.
again, going back to the Arbor Way, we focus on our residents, what they want, what making those deep connections with our residents and seeing what they want and how we can help them.
Yeah, and I think that's important too because you being a moderate or small to medium assisted living, you get to know every one of your patients or your clients compared to the bigger assisted livings where everyone is, I don't they don't know everyone because there's just
Yeah.
so many people to
Yeah.
deal with.
It's
And
easy to get lost.
good that you
Mhm.
know them on a one-on-one basis so when you see them, they feel notice.
Mhm.
And that's what they want. They want to feel
They
noticed,
do.
you know?
I have
And
a lot of uncles and aunts and grandmas out there, and
yeah,
I love that. I love that about my job. I love my residents, and I love helping them. I love getting to know them.
yeah.
It's the best part of my job, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Tell me about the Dining with Dignity program that you
Yeah.
have. Uh,
Okay, so this is for our dementia residents.
oh, okay,
As they progress with this horrible disease, they can't always chew the food. They have issues with chewing.
okay,
So our dining staff have these special molds, so they can make lasagna, or they can make chicken, or um, different foods. It looks like lasagna, looks like chicken, but it's kind of meshed up where they can eat it. Um, and it's just amazing the things they come up with, but it's really geared it's to eat food to be able to eat certain foods and it still look appetizing,
right,
not
right,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's do you guys have any like cooking classes or
Oh yeah.
yeah,
We have that regularly. Our engagement director, she does an amazing job every week. They're either cooking something or they're baking something. They make pizza one day they make cookies. They had a cookie cook off the other day. They're constantly doing different type of cooking programs. Um, which is fun in both areas, not just memory care, assisted living. Both areas, they're always doing, whether they're making bread, the aroma from the bread baking is really fun, and just the tactile of touching the cookie dough and making
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And it's keeping
definitely would
them
do that.
active, which is
Yeah,
important, you wanna keep them active. You don't want them to be, you know, s so disconnected, and
no,
that's
not
what
at
brings them
all.
together.
Mm-mm.
When you have these programs and you have these classes, it brings them in, keeps them engaged. Not only
Yep.
that, they get to meet their neighbor.
Well, that's a whole other topic we haven't really covered is socialization. That's one of the key important things, and what we're really selling as well, because it's sometimes people wanna stay home because they think that's they don't wanna leave their homes, but they're really missing out on their peers, on the socialization of being around other people their own age. It really makes a difference, and like some of the programs you were saying, we do a lot of group activities, but we also do activities where we give out to the community, where we do, we make beanie, hats for preemies. They knit,
Oh, wow,
little
nice.
hats.
Yeah.
We've done care packages for the soldiers. We're always doing something for the first responders, and we have our residents involved in this because they love giving back, and it gives them a sense of purpose too. So, and we're promoting this. We're starting this program where we're reading at the libraries for the young kids. So our residents go to the local libraries. I'm gonna be reading like a reading time, which they're really
Very
looking
nice.
forward to. So we're always trying to connect them to our community as well, and not just outside, but inside.
Okay, so you take them out. You actually take them out
Yeah.
for activities.
Yeah, we have weekly trips, and they also have errand trips. We have doctor appointments we take them to as well. But like we've taken our residents, even our memory care residents go out weekly for their outings. This month they're going to the zoo. Last month they went to equestrian center where they saw the horses. We go out for lunch. We go out to the theater. Every week it's something different, but definitely w- it's one of the highlights.
What zoo do you guys take them to?
I think they're going to the Bergen County one.
Oh, okay, you mean Van Soon
Ramsey,
Park?
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I was gonna say maybe did you take them to the Bronx Zoo? Oh my god, I love the Bronx Zoo.
That's a little far, but
Okay, that's too far.
yeah. But
That's too far.
we went to the actually we went to the casino in
Oh, you
the
went
one
to a
over here in New
casino?
York. Yeah, the one in New York. I forget what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's not too that was a little bit further. So if they wanted to go to the Bronx Zoo, I'm sure we could.
Yeah, oh my god, the Bronx Zoo is amazing.
It's
Let's,
huge, it's
uh
huge.
let's talk about costs. That's often big when it comes to families considering assisted living.
Mhm,
That's one of the first things a family always, consider. Typically, on a monthly cost, a lot of people don't realize what it does cost to run these
right.
facilities because what does that include? The monthly
So
costs.
the monthly cost includes the room and board, obviously the whatever apartment you choose, and it starts from, if you want a shared where you have a roommate, that's at 6,000, and then it goes to studios, 6,500, and then it goes to a one bedroom, two bedrooms. So there's options depending on what your budget is. But the cost of the apartment, like I said, there's a room and board, includes all the meals, housekeeping, laundry service, transportation to doctor's appointments,
Okay.
transportation to errands, um, all the utilities, everything's already included. The only thing extra would be cable if they wanted a cable and landline in their room, but we do offer free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So that's the cost of the apartment. And then if you need care, that's an additional cost,
Right.
and that there's 6 levels of care. So, depending on what needs you need, and then medication management. If you need us to take over your meds, then we can do that. We'll call the pharmacy, talk to your doctors, we'll administer it to you. We completely take it over. If you're able to take it yourself, then that's fine,
Right.
but it makes life easier, especially if someone has a lot of medications to deal with.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I remember when I, had someone come into your facility, and she really didn't have any furniture, um, and you guys were so nice to provide furniture from people who had extra furniture who were moving in, so I like that little touch that you guys had happen to say, "Oh, don't worry, we can get her a dresser, we can get her a chair," whatever someone might need when they're moving in. You
Yeah,
don't know their situation, and I did like
right.
the fact that you were able to accommodate that person
Yeah,
and
we
help
we do our best,
whatever
yeah.
they needed.
Yeah, especially sometimes people are coming from out of state or coming from rehab. If we have the furniture, they could definitely use it for the first month. And we help them in any way we can. Especially even we want them to make their home, their apartment like home. So
Mhm.
helping them set up curtains or put the pictures up, we don't charge extra for that because we really want them to make it feel more like home. So we go over and beyond and making sure that they're comfortable, especially the first days. But yeah, it's hard. Sometimes they're in a stressful situation and they can't get everything there. Yeah, we pride ourselves in helping make sure that they're that
You try to
less
turn
stress.
introverts into extroverts.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
"No, I don't wanna come out."
Well, we always encourage.
Right, right, right.
We always encourage. Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
for
you don't want
sure.
them stuck in the room. No, I know,
No,
I know.
that's why
For
yeah,
families that
like a
rely primarily on, Medicare, for health expenses, what financial options are available, when it comes to paying for assisted living? Because I don't think Medicare pays for assisted living, correct?
No, Medicare would pay for, like, if they have outside services like PT or OT, some services like that, like your doctor visits. I think you mean Medicaid?
Well,
So
Medicaid, that was another question I was gonna get to, but I wanted to
yeah,
make clear that Medicare does not pay for assisted living.
no. Sometimes, people might have long-term care insurance, that could help go,
Okay.
with that, and we would do accept people that have long-term care insurance, and we'll help them with the paperwork. Um Also, if someone's a veteran, we can help set them up with, aid in attendance, and see if they qualify for that, which could help offset some of the costs. So even if their husband, was a veteran and is deceased, they still will qualify sometimes, almost like it could be like 1,200 $1,500. It's, case by case, but it's definitely worth looking into. So there are different options for that could help people.
So now let's talk about Medicaid.
Mhm. So, our community, and certain communities, do offer Medicaid, but, like, our community, you have to live here for a minimum of 24 months.
Okay.
Um, and they call it you're spending down your assets. So you're spending down your assets, and when you get close to that time where you feel like you're running out, you would let us know and then start the application process for Medicaid. The state will look back 5 years. We don't, but the state will look back and, to determine if they are eligible for Medicaid. Um, and once that they are approved, they could go into a shared apartment. And the great thing about our shared apartments is that it's a private room. It's not like in a hospital where it's divided by a curtain. You're divided by a wall, so you still have your privacy. You could close
Mhm.
your door. You have your own closet. You're just sharing the kitchen and the bathroom area, but each resident has their own vanity, which makes it nice. And there's so many different areas in our community where you can socialize and get out of your room. There's a library, there's a place for grandkids, there's different nooks and crannies that you could go in. And so you don't really have to be in your room except to sleep.
Yeah,
And we want them out and about.
I've seen your front porch. It's really
Yeah.
I love going to your facility to pick up a senior to take them out, and they're all sitting in the rocking chairs.
Yeah, they love being outside, and we have
Yeah.
2 patios, one on the left and one on the right, and, we have one in the back of our dining room where those people that go in the back, they just like to more reading and more quiet, but there's different areas for everybody, so, yeah, I love that about our community as well. Our residents are always out and about, they're always socializing, Very few go back, but that's okay too.
Yeah, what resources or advice would you give to families, who are planning who wanna plan ahead for
Mm.
their parent? What kind of, advice would you give them right now
Well,
to
it's
prepare
always
them for assisted living?
yeah, it's always better to come and have a plan because you
Okay.
never wanna be, doing things at a in a crisis situation. So, it's, uh, it's always better to shop around and so have an idea what is in your neighborhood, what's in the area, have an idea what budget they have in mind you have in mind, what kinda how they saved up for this situation, if they did or if they didn't. But you never especially someone that's living alone and they might have health issues. Um, I think it's always better to be proactive. We always invite residents, families to come, have lunch here, stay for a day, be a resident for the day where you could come in the morning and exercise with us and have spend the day doing different activities, meet our residents so they could get a feel for what it's like to live in our community. We our community is, month to month, so there's no long-term commitment. I know some places are different in that, but, if, uh, they could try us out, and one thing that Arbor does differently, if they do come here in the first 2 months, excuse me, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee, which
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much says in the first 2 months, if the resident is unhappy with a certain service and lets us know, um, and gives us a chance to fix that service. And if after we fix it, they are still unhappy with our community, then those 2 months the rent is free. Arbor feels really confident that that won't be an issue, but it's something we pride ourselves on in providing the best service possible. So it shouldn't be an issue, but it's something that we stand by. Um, so yeah.
That's very impressive. I didn't know that you guys did that 2-month,
Mhm.
probation. It's like a 2-month probation trial,
Yeah.
if they
Yep.
like it or not. So, you do talk to people about VA benefits, which is important. You do talk to people about long-term care insurance, which is important, those 2 things. How about bridge loans?
Actually, we work with a really great company, Elder Life Finance, and they can help set them up with that. They're the experts on that. I couldn't give you much advice on that, but,
Okay.
I do have the resources to and I always provide it to families, if they're in that situation, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is great for people to start thinking right now long term, especially they're in their 50s. Start thinking about long-term care. If assisted living is something you wanna look in the future for, I think people should start talking about thinking about that. Start researching their VA benefits to see, what benefits they have and they can use for assisted living. Bridge
Right.
loans, that's another thing that families, should know about. And, of course, Medicaid will kick in after 2 years of being in the facility. I think that's great that you're able to do that with Medicaid, and
One thing I forgot to mention is that,
yes.
we have 10% of our community that, is allotted for Medicaid, and that's in both assisted and memory care. Some places only have it for assisted living, and they don't have it for memory care. Our community has it for both. So,
Okay,
as you know, that's good to know, and that's an
okay.
option.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Samara, thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
and talking
Yep.
to us about Arbor Terrace. It's been around for 30 years. It's one of the oldest, assisted living that I know of, and, I appreciate taking the time to speak to us about it. I will link all your information, in the description, so if people wanna get a hold of you, or get to know more about Arbor Terrace, and, I appreciate you coming on Ride to Independence.
Thank you so much, Trish. It was such a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to talk about my community. I'm really proud of it. If anybody wants to come in and see it, we'd be more than happy to do that. Between my partner and myself, we are here 7 days a week, and I'm very proud of it. And so come and visit.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.